Welcome. I'm Frank Strickland. I'm not one for talking very much, and I don't care for videos with a lot of jibber-jabber, so let's get right into this. If you ever wanted this style of front door but refused to pay $1,600 or more, you're in luck. I'm going to show you how to make this yourself. You'll start with 1x4s for the sides and 1x2s for the remainder of the frame. I just screwed these together with pocket holes. I want to stop here a minute and clarify that an exterior door is 36 inches wide, 80 inches tall, and 1 3/4 of an inch thick. I don't have a planer to mill down lumber to a specific thickness, so I had to choose readily available stock materials that would equal 1 3/4 of an inch. I decided to use 2 layers of half-inch shiplap with the 3/4-inch frame to achieve this. I'd like to add that this project can be done even cheaper if you have the capacity and tools to plane and dado your own planks or shiplap from sheet material. The tongue and groove on shiplap are different dimensions. So, I ran all the shiplap through a dado stack so they had the same half-inch width on both sides and would fit closer together without gaps. Additionally, I ran the rails of the door through the dado on the ends so everything would overlap together. I then routed my planks with a 90-degree V groove bit. I won't specify my dimensions because ultimately it will depend on the materials you use and how you do it. Having said that, naturally I calculated an equal width across the inner 6 planks. I put everything together and centered it on the door. From there, I started pinning down the left side and worked across the door. I left an equal amount of overhang on both sides to route off with my flush trimmer. With one side done, you'll flip over the door to repeat the process again. Cut and install your 3/4-inch foam before you apply your shiplap. Route out your door window with a flush trimmer. Again, I won't specify your window frame dimensions because it largely depends on your preference and the type and size of the grill you purchase. Mine had an internal dimension of 9 by 10 inches, so my frame was going to be 8 by 9 inches. If memory serves correct, I made the window frame 1.5 inch wide out of 1x material. I trimmed the window out with some scrap project paneling I had in the shop, but this step wasn't really necessary. What I did not show is the 1x1 door stop I made for the window door. Also, the actual window door I made from a scrap piece of 1x10. I installed the window frame on one side, then I flipped the door over to install the door stop and frame on the other side. I then installed the weather stripping. I chose to do it at this time mostly for the sizing and spacing, but it could have easily waited until after the staining. Your hardware may ultimately be different, but here is mine finally installed. With your door stained, grill and clavos installed, you can finally begin to hang your door and drill it out for your lock set. In my case, I had 4-inch satin nickel hinges from my previous door that I painted matte black and reused. This is not an impossible project, far from it, but I'm not going to gloss over the fact that there are a number of tools you will need to tackle this. The presumption is if you're watching this, you more than likely have some, most, or all of the requisite tools to do it. If you have any questions about any aspect of this, please drop them in the comments below, and I will try my best to answer them for you.